hands up if you with it. Drop it.
Hi, welcome back to the Petty Parlor. I'm your host, Jasmine.
And I'm your host, Bree.
And we are just gonna cut straight into it today because we've been struggling with recording as usual, and we just gotta fucking get through this. So we're just gonna go. So today our topic is gonna be about Black women on dating shows. Any dating shows. Don't matter the country. We're always shitted on forever. The trauma builds. It's horrible. So mainly what we want to talk about is how we see it from our perspective of things, because I feel like a lot of people don't see this as a hot take when it is a very hot take, because we are always having issues on these dating shows, and I'm sick of it. I'm tired of it. We shouldn't have to just always go to the all black shows, which no discredit to them, because Ready to Love, I love that fucking show. Love that down. That is all black people. They older. It's very mature. But these ones that we want to get views and things, getting views off the backs of black women needs to fucking stop. Sick of it. You can't just use us as your little stepping stones to sit up here and get you a little viral moment and do things. It doesn't need to be that. So, of course, the types of shows we're talking about is the Married at First Sight, absolute fucking trash. Everyone remembers the most iconic Paige and Chris.
Was treated her like trash.
God awful. He was a horrible, narcissistic man. Don't know how he got through on the application.
They knew he had a baby or whatever on the way. Production still let all of that happen.
Crazy. And gave him the most God-fearing black woman I've ever seen. Very graceful. Paige was just so, and she shouldn't have had to be honest.
She shouldn't have.
Like, why does she have to make up for his fucking faults? And again, I know she probably did it just for the fact of she don't want to go viral for a bad reason. She want to be looked at in a good light. But the fact that we have to tone ourselves down for TV to be digestible is just so annoying, because white women do it too, and they don't care without fault. And then there's Love is Blind. Absolute trash. After Lauren and Cameron, it's been trash ever since. Black women has always been shitted on. And this is a show where you don't even see. I mean, you probably know. Like black people, we know when it's a black person on the other side. I know when it's a black man talking to me, whether I see him or not.
Period.
I don't care. But that show where the men sometimes try to figure out what the girl looks like, what their body is, or like they see the girl and all of a sudden it's just not there for me. I'm just not attracted to her like that, or I can't, or they're just trying to get in the woman's pants so damn fast, and then after that they're just done. We're not fucking social experiments. It's hard enough for black women to date in the real world. We don't need to see this nonsense going on TV. It's fucking depressing for us. We have all these standards and things to uphold, and TV just shits on us all the time. Perfect match with my queen, Tulu, who got shitted on just for being her authentic self, which nothing was wrong with it. She's a passionate African woman, like most of us. We talk with our hands. We talk loud. We have highs and lows. We're animated. We do things. Our style is very outwards and things like that. I should not have to belittle myself, numb myself down for you, because you can't take it. That's not my fucking fault. Every black woman on Perfect Match, they always try to match them with a black man, and the black men don't even be liking black women. So why the hell are they even there? Because if you ain't got a match for me, I shouldn't be on the dating show.
To be honest, if you are not a person who is open to all races and finds all races attractive, you shouldn't be on any dating shows.
No.
They should make it a fair playing field all the way around, with both the white people and the black people. Yes. And on both sides, both all of the men and all of the women should be open to all races. If not, then why are you bothering with them? Why are they on this show? If that's a person, other than like Married at First Sight, because they're matching them specifically with a specific person, everything else where it's like, oh, these people could get mixed around, like all that kind of stuff, that is something, Love Island, all that stuff, everybody that goes on there should be open, and not only open, but find all races of people attractive.
Yes.
And they should not be able to be on there if that is not the case.
They can't do that. Because the way men want to project this, it's my preference, it's my preference. There's a difference between preference and bias. And y'all don't understand that. Y'all are clearly fucking stupid. Because people do not understand. A preference, you are not born not liking the skin color. That's not a fucking preference, you idiots. It makes me so mad. Like, you cannot be born not, your sexual, like, desires are not based on skin color. It's based on, like, that person. Of course, it's based on sex, whether you like men or women, or, you know, whatever in between. Like, a preference is not someone's skin color. It's the things that you like about a person, and it should be based on personality. I know it's not. There's shallow people. You know, I get it. You don't want ugly kids or whatever people's reasonings be. But when you're basing it off of, I'm just not attracted to a whole race of people, that's a fucking bias. It's not a preference. You sound stupid. Cut it the fuck out.
Honestly. And then on Love Island, you listen, and it's gonna be spoilers. If y'all don't know who won, turn this off and come back after you've watched the episodes, okay? But for Love Island US, the first of all, 2 black couples won, both Love Island USA and Love Island UK, which is fantastic. Okay. And so for Love Island US, like with Serena, she went off on Cordell. He deserved every piece of that read that she gave him because he was being trashed, and I'm glad he redeemed himself in the end. But she went off on him, and she's been getting hell for it. She's been being, you know, her white male coworkers on this show, or cast members on this show, have just been like, well, she acted up and she was doing all this and she doesn't deserve all this, even though they were being sneaky and underhanded and telling Cordell that he could do better, like she wasn't good enough for Dea, who was mediocre, light skinned woman, you know what I mean? And like, she was, you know, whatever, and just acting like trash on there. And then they turn around and act like, oh, Serena was doing all this and she's yelling and she's this, that, and the other. She didn't even really do the most like she should have done. On the other end, you have Kaylor, and she's a white woman, and she's screaming,
losing it.
Multiple people, for all the Casa girls, were saying they could hear her scream from where they were at, and that's not being talked about. And she's not a psychopath because she was just out here screaming or whatever the fucking case is. You always see, this is the thing, if you don't like a race of people, you're going to see whatever they do as offensive in some sort of way. And it's not about that person and what they're doing. It's about the fact that you just don't like that person. Yeah. So it doesn't matter what they're doing. And that's how y'all were acting about Serena. And then on the other end, with Love Island UK, a girl, Mimi, won. Mimi was quiet and soft-spoken the whole entire time. She really needed to go off on people because several of those people really deserved to be told off. The whole lot of them, guys and girls, okay, were giving her hell on that show for no reason. And she was always nice, and she was always soft-spoken, and she never really went off on anybody. And then they sat up here and called her boring. And it's because you really expect black women to be doing all this and blah, 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 blah. And then when we don't, then it's, oh, well, she's just boring. Like, you can fuck right off is what you can do.
Exactly. So disgusting. And I'm just tired. They just sprinkle us in for DEI. That's what it feels like at this point. Because throwing one black woman, one black man into a group of like 8 couplings or whatever, and the rest are white, it's like, you know what you're doing. Right. We don't want to be the token black woman anymore. I don't want to be it. I would never go on these dating shows because it's not for me. It's not even real women on there, to be honest.
You had to pay a lot of money for me to choose to go on a dating show.
Absolutely.
Any reality show, really, because the way they treat black people on there, even even outside of dating, every time a black person is on a reality show where they are one of the only black people there, it is so trash.
It is
every single time.
So bad.
The way, and especially back in the day, now it's a little bit better, but the way the real worlds used to go, my God, today. Like, the way those real worlds used to go was fucking insane. The amount of microaggressions all them black people had to face, I just couldn't. You had to pay me so much money, but especially to go on a dating show. And a lot of it, I feel like on one hand, they are trying to project this image like, oh, look, this black girl is so beautiful. First of all, let me tell you something. The face cards. The face cards on all of these women never declined.
Never.
Not once.
These be the most beautiful black women I've ever seen.
The beautiful women, period, I've ever seen. These women are, these women have been gorgeous. Like, incredibly. And it's insane to me that with all of that, they're gorgeous. They got the bodies. They got the bodies.
Personality right. They really there for love.
Even
not for
with
clout.
all of that, they try to act like, look, she can be all of this. She's not as good as this other regular ass white girl. Like that kind of stuff. Get your life together. That kind of stuff is absolutely crazy. Like, and it's really something that I feel like, and what really makes me mad is a lot of the white women, they feed into that on these shows. The white women on these shows, my God, when I tell you, this is why you should have watched Love Island UK. This one particular, I've never watched any Love Islands before these. This one particular though, the way these this man, he's like 33, Joey, who's a white man, was giving so much hell to this other white woman, right? Grace. He's been stalking her, very much being weird. Everything about the whole situation is weird because he keeps trying to act like Grace wants him and wants him and wants him. I think they were together before. I didn't follow their story. I don't really be caring about what the white folks on these shows are up to. I just be really watching it for the black folks on there, and that's really it. But anyway, he keeps on trying to act like Grace wants him so much. Grace wants him so much or whatever. Been harassing Grace all this time and giving her a hard time. Okay. He starts giving Mimi a hard time, who's a black woman. Grace, who he's giving a hard time all the time, comes to his defense. Girl, he been giving you hell all this time.
You know you trash.
You know this man is trash. And the moment he starts giving Mimi hell, now it's, well, I don't think he meant it like that. He did mean it like that. Shut your bitch ass up. And then the guy who won with Mimi, his name is Josh, that man is fine. He's a fine black man. And that's a man child. Let me tell you how he protected his queen against all odds, against everybody who was coming for them, and it was everybody. And he protected that woman, and I said, I want a man like that. Holla at me if Josh has some brothers that I can meet. But they won, Josh and Mimi. So Josh let them know every single time, like, listen, what you're not going to do,
right,
is talk to my goddamn queen like that. I won't have that. But he, at one point, was thinking about talking to this white woman, Grace, who was the same one that stood up for the man who was bothering her all this time. And then, he ultimately chose to stick with Mimi because he felt like he knew what he wanted and he knew their connection was strong. He was like, I didn't need to jump all around to all these other people. I knew what I wanted and I stuck with it or whatever.
Yeah. Nice.
So when he says that, then Grace is like, we both mutually decided, no, bitch. There was no mutual decision.
I'm out.
You're upset that you weren't the top choice, and now you're sitting here trying to pretend as though, like, you were also... No, it was... He decided, because if he would have chose you, and she's one of them women, because she keeps saying all these other guys are her type, and they're all black guys. That she's saying she's one of them women, and so if he would have said, oh, I'm going to go with Grace, you would have been like... But he didn't. He went with Mimi, and now your little feelings are hurt.
Right.
So you can fuck off.
No. So it's super annoying. And it's like, even if it's not that where they're coming to the defense of another black man, then it's like they are tagging themselves to the black women to get like that acceptance from them. It's like, oh, she's my best friend. Like Leah, she found out where the gold was, and she attached herself to Janae and Serena for sure. And that was her saving grace, baby. Cause that happens a lot too. Cause again, it's rare for us to get two black women. And the black women always band together because they got shit. It's like, you beat shit up. Like, all right, you know what? Fuck this damn show. So
that's definitely what she did.
It's just always what it is. And I'm like, I look at them and I'm like, if you go bar for bar with how these women look, like at just a very basic level, black women just come out on top. Sometimes I look at these dudes and they be like, oh, she's so hot, she's so that. And I look at the girl and I'm like, where is it? Is the hotness in the room with us? Because I can't find it.
Like
You're
Andrea?
picking that over that?
Oh my God, Andrea thinks she is the finest woman that's ever walked
The way y'all
planet.
hype these basic bitches
The way
up.
that y'all have hyped this woman up. She sat here and said she could steal Miguel from Leah. And I don't really fuck around with Leah like that. Miguel's fine though.
Oh, he's fine.
But I don't fuck around with Leah like that. I don't really. I feel like, she's okay with her. But the fact that she sat here and said she could take him, she could take all these men, she could have whatever man she wanted, blah, blah, blah. Why do you think you are so fine like that? You are a basic bitch. And I really don't mean to be like offensive in this way. Yeah. There are very few times that I've looked at a plain white woman and been like, this is the most beautiful person I've ever seen. It's happened. Very rare. Whereas I've looked at women of all other races before and be like, my God, she is stunning. Like, you know what I mean? And it's like, not saying that y'all aren't cute, but there's something right. It's the thing. Why do you think you are better? Other people do not see it, and this is how I judge it. A lot of times, when it comes to black women, I'll look at like their futures, and I see somebody that's really, really beautiful. I'll be like, ooh, her futures will look good in any skin tone, any race, whatever. Yes. A lot of white women who are good looking, I'm like, those futures only look good on their skin tone, which made me feel like you're only cute because you're white, and not because you're actually cute. So yeah, it's just not.
Yeah, I just need more real women as well on these dating shows. The black women that's got the body, yada yada. Not talking about BBLs because there'd be a lot of them too on there. I'm just tired of seeing these stick figures in bikinis.
Everybody looking alike too. Can everyone
they
stop
look so
that?
similar. Their body is just
Can we
like.
all stop trying to look alike?
And that's what I don't get because I'm like, literally, they have the same look. But then you look at the face, it's not the same.
It's not the same.
So where's the hotness coming from?
Where is it? I don't get it.
I don't get it. I
don't see it.
Not saying the men are absolutely that fine.
No, a lot of these men are not that cute.
A lot of them be basic.
They're very basic. It's much harder to find a really fine man than it is to find a really fine woman. Yeah. These men be very mediocre, like very mid.
And that's my thing too. They've been trying to push us to these men on the dating shows, and we're like, I'm not attracted to that.
I'm not attracted to that.
And then they get to talking.
I'm even less attracted now, and I was already not attracted. This is the worst person I've ever seen on here.
Yes, absolute trash.
These people are terrible.
And then they always want to give us, you're so strong. We always the first to be eliminated. It's
and then we don't get eliminated. The way that they treated Janae after she didn't get eliminated and Andrea got eliminated. First of all, Andrea deserved every piece of that elimination because she was a terrible bitch. Okay. And then on top of that, it's like, oh, Janae should just go because you want to be with this woman or whatever. Then leave with her. Goodbye. You found your match. Get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, he wasn't about it.
No, my God. And then why do y'all think Rob is attractive? Okay, that's a whole nother thing. But just like he not attractive. In overalls, this is what you think is cute?
They just like his.
He looks like a toddler in Oshkosh Bagosh right now. I don't think that's cute.
They just like his kind of bad boy, not saying anything. It's mysterious. It's not cute. It's not cute. A man that's not emotionally available is not cute.
No, I think it is because you're young. It's stupid still. So like,
not fucking cute.
But when you get older and you realize like how much of this other stuff makes men be insane, you don't want that in your life. A lot of these men are terrible.
No, it's absolutely disgusting.
But yeah, would you ever go on a date?
No,
at all.
No,
for any amount of money.
Go on there to. I'd be eliminated. I'm just gonna. I got too much body. I got a stomach.
And then, my God, and not even just the reality shows, but let's not even get on the balloon popping shit because my God, today.
Stop going on the balloon popping.
Stop doing that to yourself.
It's so bad. There's nothing on there that's going to be ego boost. Because even if you are the best person ever, which I've seen women be on there and be great, the man going to end up being trash. Yeah. And then you're going to be like, ain't nothing out there for me. And we're going to be like, we told you.
We tried to tell you.
It's so bad.
It's so bad. Oh God.
Popping. Every time I see them videos, I'm like, take a deep breath.
Take a deep. That's the dumbest thing I've
ever
seen.
Ever.
It's
like
stupid.
I don't know. Remember back in the day when they used to do so many like blind dating shows, and then like The Wall and stuff, and you'd be like, "Tell me about yourself."
All these things are so stupid. All these different dating shows and stuff are just so dumb. Even dating apps, they're stupid. Like
90 Day Fiance. Even when you try to go in another country, it's.
But the thing about 90 Day Fiance is, it's like a lot of these people, you know what people are dating you for, and I'm tired of it. That one girl, what's her name? Angela.
Yeah,
oh my god, you know they get a divorce or whatever, and she's trying to say that. Sue him or something, talking about some.
I don't know how they let her continue going because she was very racist.
On every episode.
She was very loud. She was very abusive, very violent. If a man acted the way she did, he would have been kicked off that show so long. So I don't know who she paid off or whatever to stay on that show, but she should have never been there. That is the most toxic individual I've ever seen in my life. And after trying to sue him, talking about
he was just using me for citizenship. You think?
Not for that long.
You think though?
I think.
Do you think that
he deserved,
ma'am?
Everything.
Can you see yourself? This is why I feel like y'all got to stop telling these mediocre looking women that they are that good, because that's what happens. They grow up and they look like that, and then they think a man would be lucky to have me, and then they are surprised about somebody using them for citizenship. Look at yourself, ma'am.
Or they feel like Dr. Miami can just fix it all.
Why would you even think that someone wasn't using you for citizenship? If I look like that, I'd be like, I
wouldn't give a damn.
Listen,
I'd be honest.
I'd be like, I know he's using me for my money or whatever, but like, you know, he's fine or whatever. Like, what do you want me to do? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know who that is. That's what a lot of men.
That girl. There's that girl on TikTok too, where the dude like. She's pretty popular.
Is it that old white woman?
No. It's the black girl. And she's not that cute. I know. She's not. I'll admit it. And she asked him on live, like, "Are you with me just because I have all this money?" And the way the man said in 3 different versions, pretty much yes. And she's sticking with him. I'm like, girl,
embarrassing for you.
But also, if you've seen what this woman looks like, she's not.
If you want somebody and you know that you don't have anything to offer, this is also the case with men who are older and have a bunch of money, and then they have that super young hot wife or whatever. It's like they know if they had no money that woman wouldn't be interested
in them. Sugar daddies know what they're there for.
They know and that's why they don't complain. The only men who complain about gold diggers are men with no gold.
Money.
Because the men with gold don't give a fuck, because they know they don't have the time, because they're businessmen. So they don't have the time to offer this woman. Personalities be trash, because a lot of them be divorced from their first wives, have the stuff been taken, so they just like whatever. So they don't care. They don't care about that woman being a gold digger at all. Only y'all care because you don't have it. So
and men are so much in their sassy feminine era.
They are. It's awful.
That these dating shows are getting worse and worse with who they are picking. I don't know how they're gonna find any men for any dating shows past 2025 because it is sickening. I don't know if you know, it's that trend on TikTok, and it like it starts with that old R&B song. Oh my gosh, and it's like, do you know why it rains or something? It's like when it rains. Every time I hear that fucking sound, I prepare myself, because what it is they put the thing like, when I'm in my feminine era, but so are the men, and then they screenshot the text messages.
Oh God!
What the men are asking them for every time. Now that song is a trigger for me.
Yeah,
it's done. I'm done. And I'm like, this is what they really think.
I was reading some of those text messages earlier today, as a matter of fact, and I was like, my God, today these men are awful. They're so bad.
They want to be so sassy.
Literally, one of the text messages I read was like, the guy was like, "Oh, you know, talking about this girl was at some restaurant. Oh my God, well, I like that restaurant too. I mean, why? Like, I want somebody to wine and dine me too. I guess you just too hungry or whatever." Like,
there's some weird stuff, and the aggression is just so strange.
Listen, I don't mind. If I'm in a relationship with somebody, I'm not gonna be like, I'm never going to take you out to eat or whatever as a man. But if you are just meeting a person and you're just giving all that, what is that for? Like,
and the thing that the men don't understand is there's other things to being a female. They want the like cloud taking care part of it, but women we do so many other things. Yes, we are like, open my door for us and stuff like that. But we cook, we clean, we take care of you emotionally. We're your therapist. Men don't want to do none of that. You want the doors open, everything cook, clean, this, and that, and then her to go to work, It don't work like that. If you want to be a girl, I will hand you this period.
Okay.
And you can really be a bitch. Okay?
Not the period.
You can go ahead, take this pay, take my lower salary, and we could really go bar for bar.
But the thing is, a lot of the men who want all that stuff, y'all don't even do that stuff for women.
They
and
don't.
you never have. You've never wined and dined a woman or whatever. You haven't done it. So, like, why are you
never
pretending
been the
like,
prize.
I'm tired of doing you? How can you be tired
I
of
don't,
doing
you ain't never paid for a girl's nails and hair. What are you talking about?
No.
What do you mean?
Right. And like, even if it's not that, if it's not whining and dining or whatever, because listen, I ain't gonna hold you, and this is also a whole other topic, but a lot of women, we have to come to a point where we realize, like, if you are not a person who runs in these types of circles,
yes,
you cannot be expecting that type of behavior from these men. If you are at a point where you're like, listen, I make medium range salary, you are dating medium range niggas. You know what I'm saying? You're not that you have to kind of accept that and say, okay, I know if I meet a man or whatever, I'm not expecting him to make $200,000 a year and be able to wine and dine me or whatever the case may be. And you do have to be realistic about that. But the bare minimum is, if me as a woman, I am making my money, I'm going to work, I'm coming back, I'm cleaning my house, I'm doing all this stuff, and then a man wants to date me, it needs to be both of us doing this. You have to be a partner and be 50-50 on all the things. I can go 50-50, but it's 50-50 everything. If I'm paying 50% of the bills, 50% of the cleaning, 50% that's on you. Like 50% of the cleaning, everything going half and half.
It's never completely 50.
Never.
Ever.
And y'all always expect us to pay half the bills and then do 100% of cooking, cleaning, taking care of kids, all that kind of stuff, having sex with you, whatever you fucking want or whatever. And y'all don't be caring about
what we got going on.
What we got going on. You don't care if the sex is good for us. You don't care. Like, y'all really don't give a fuck. But then you want, it's not both. It's not both ways. Okay, if you want to be the breadwinner and you want this feminine woman or whatever, then do that and take care of that woman and put her in her femininity. If you don't want that, and this is, like we said, a whole other topic than what we started talking about. If you don't want that and you want somebody who's going to go 50-50, then be a partner. Learn how to be a partner to that woman, because nobody wants to go 50-50 and then got to do 100% of everything else. Nope. That's crazy as hell.
Yep.
You sound insane. But anyway.
You and my ex-husband.
Well, shots fired.
Anyway, like, no, I don't do the 50-50 thing too, because it's never equal. It's never that, never gives that, it never gave that ever. So I don't know why we keep saying it, because I ain't seen it. It's always a just thing, because women just give. So we are natural givers. And so we're gonna give out so much, and women are also natural leaders. So we're always gonna have the mental capacity of doing things like, oh, you could say, oh, he cooks and stuff. Okay, but did you think of the meals? Okay. So it wasn't really that he did all of that by himself. It was you told him what ingredients to go get. You told him how to put the stuff together. You did the dishes, and all he did was that main cooking part.
Right.
Okay.
And it don't have to be. It could be, maybe I don't want to cook and you want to cook. You can cook all the meal or whatever, and then I'll do clean or whatever. Or you want to clean everything, but you got to clean good. Don't be coming around here mediocre cleaning, dust still everywhere. I can see that dust from here, and then pretending that you clean something. Or whatever, and then want to be. That's not how any of this works. Or we can both just pay half the money and just order Postmates, okay? And then we can order Postmates. We can have it made. That's what I would do. Y'all fight a lot over cooking and cleaning. When I tell you that their Postmates and maids exist, and when I tell you that if I get to a relationship with somebody and we actually live together, which is highly unlikely, because I promise you, even if I did get into a relationship, we need to have our own houses apart from each other. I can't live with a person. But look, no, I honestly don't think I could live with a man now. But if I did, and we did have to do that for whatever terrible reason, we would have to go that's now part of the bills. Along with our mortgage and everything else, a maid and our monthly, what is our monthly food delivery budget, whatever the case may be, because I am not going to be, listen, we both work, we're both tired or whatever, everybody's not going to feel like cooking, everybody's not going to feel like cleaning. All those things can be done for you. Just pay a maid to come in and do that shit, and everybody shut the fuck up. Like, I don't understand fighting over stuff that's easily solved.
We can't be 50-50 because we have different strengths and weaknesses as masculine energy and feminine energy. Men are always going to be better and stronger at a lot more things than women. So yes, I'm telling you to go take out the trash and go lift up the couch or something to find it. And women are just naturally going to be better at making the decisions and, you know, making things look nice, decorating the house and stuff like that. That's just our energies. Our energies, you should be putting 100% feminine energy in what you're doing, 100% masculine energy in what you can do. And then you come together with your strengths and your weaknesses. You can't do both. It is so hard.
We're going to talk about that on another episode. We have too much to say about that one subject that has nothing to do with what we started with.
I know. I'm totally off because I'm like, that one is like, people got to
We'll talk about 50-50. We'll do a whole another episode on these.
Oh, you just don't. You can't do it. So yeah, but going back to like the dating shows, they're trash. It makes me depressed and sad to see how we get treated as black women because we get seen as undesirable. If I was a young, impressionable 20-year-old, which is who's usually the demographic watching these dating shows, I would think no one wants me as a black woman because that's how they get treated on the shows. Yeah, and I don't want black women to think that.
I think what we have to do as black women is, one, we have to realize that like a lot of the hate that's brought upon us in these dating shows, on social media, all that kind of stuff, is all it is rage bait. We have made it so that baiting us is the best way for people to get famous, because you have to understand there's a whole generation of people who have no talent, okay? They can't sing, they can't act, they don't play sports, they have nothing going on for themselves, they don't have anything really good to talk about. So you could get on social media and be talking about, you know, educating people, talking about politics, talking about what's going on in your country, whatever else. Instead of doing that, you're getting your funny face on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok or whatever, and you're saying, hey, black women have the worst types of hair, or whatever the fuck you're saying, like a fucking doofus, because you have nothing else going for you and you have no talent. And guess what? You're still not going to have any talent at the end of all that. You're going to do all that, and now you're going to be known as a fucking idiot and a fucking racist, and then you still are going to have no talent after it. And that's the main reason why most of these things and this discourse when it comes to black women happens. And for one, we have to stop allowing people to bait us. When you see somebody saying, stay out of black women business, but when you see somebody saying something crazy about black women, y'all have got to stop reposting those videos. That you're making them famous. That's exactly what they wanted. That's why they did what they did. Yeah. So one, stop making these people famous. Don't be sharing those videos. If you need to talk about it, talk about it. Don't share that video or whatever. But then on top of that, we have to take our own real life experiences and say, I know in real life that when we go out, we get hollered at. Like, so you're not gonna sit up here and tell me black women are undesirable or whatever the case may be, because when we go out, the energy that we get from men is always there. Men are always interested. So undesirable to who is the question? To people on TikTok who have an agenda? Sure. To real men in real life? I don't think so. So stop using or looking at, you know, reality TV is not reality. It's all made up. Like, a lot of that stuff is made up. It's nonsense. It's whatever. So just stop looking at that as though that's what's really going on. Use your own experiences to say, I know I can go get men. I know I know men are attracted to me, period.
And I just look at it from our perspective, because I know I had someone I was talking to at one point, and he loved watching dating shows and stuff. And I told him, I was like, I hate these like relationship shows and things. The minute I see that there's only one black woman, I turn it off. I don't watch the show anymore. And he's like, what do you mean? What are you talking about? And then because I brought that attention to him, he started looking at dating shows like, oh, actually, no, you're right. They are shitting on black women. I didn't realize that subconsciously I had those same thoughts of what they were doing on that show. So I'm like, look at these shows and don't just look at it as, oh, this pretty white girl, whatever, is winning and they're getting their matches and they found true love. Oh my gosh, that's so sweet. Look at it from also a black woman's perspective of someone going on there and how they're being treated and like what's going on. And let's not keep pushing these dating shows. Push the good ones. I've never seen an ad for Ready to Love in my life except for on that network. And that show is fire. There's also another one, I can't remember, it's on the O Network as well. That's like for us, by us, and they have like black therapists and everything, and it's very, very healthy. So things like that, like, and also black women, we gotta have some boundaries of going on these shows. The minute they start acting funny, it's time to jump. It's time to go. The minute you're feeling froggy, leave.
Right.
You gotta go.
One more thing I wanted to say too about this, and this is something that's more irritating because it's kind of fucking with the money. When these women go on these shows, like right now on Love Island USA, the person who's getting the most like ads, the most media presence is Leah. She did not win.
Yes.
Serena won. So Serena should be the one getting brand deals, should be the one getting all this kind of stuff. Why are the black women who are offered, how many times have I seen Lauren in a brand deal, even though she won Love is Blunt? Like, you know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff is like, why is all the attention then focused on the people who didn't win? Like, I don't fuck with that type of shit. So that's another aspect of this whole thing that's just very much like, y'all are giving racist.
What is the benefit for us at this point to go on these shows?
Just to be shitted
on. Just to be shitted on and called all types of names and have all the racists come
isolated, and then you have to go back and forth.
And then you didn't even find love.
Right. On top of that, like, I'm very happy for this Love Island UK winner and the Love Island USA winners. I'm glad they found love. They're both still together in their couples or whatever.
But it don't happen often at all.
Yeah, that really doesn't happen often. I really respected the men. I do wish Cordell would have protected Serena a little bit more, as far as like a lot of stuff was going on that, you know, towards Serena. I wish he would have stood up. But when I tell you that on Love Island UK, the way Josh was not fucking with them people coming for Mimi, that is a man child. And I said, Mimi, if you don't marry that man right now, I will find him, okay? I'll snatch him up, because that is a man, girl. Protected that woman like he was supposed to do. That's what I want to see. But yeah, Cordell didn't. I mean, he did a little bit, but he didn't.
He got a little bit more to learn.
He got a little bit more. He young though. He got a little bit more work to do on himself. But yeah.
That's the thing about dating shows. They're just really trash for us. And
we're at 40 minutes. So
it's been a while. I was trying to end it.
Okay. I didn't want to let y'all. I didn't know you were going somewhere else.
Hell no, I'm like trying to be done.
Okay, carry on. I'm just like, Jesus Christ. Okay, carry on.
So yeah, that's really all we want to talk about was these dating shows, because we know Love Island is very big in the media at this point, and it's the same old rhetoric with black women, and we're just tired. Any other thoughts for you?
Nah, I'm just not doing it. I'm not going.
I'm not going.
You'd have to pay me. The price got to be more than $50,000. I can't even really do nothing.
And then I got split it with
million, right? I'm
oh
like, a million. I need a million, a cool million. I'm like,
And I'm so glad that Love Island is a voting thing, because there's no way they would have made it.
Absolutely not.
Without the help of America, or wherever they vote for in the UK, no way they would have made it. Because on all the other shows, we never make it ever. And there's a reason. All right, I'm done though. You know what to do. Eat, sleep.
Sleep.
I want to go to bed. Drink. I want to go